people to hear this. The Porsche Carrera GT has a stop use order.
Wow.
Now, for those that don't know the Porsche Carrera GT, this was the car that Paul Walker was the passenger in.
Oh man, yeah, absolutely.
When the driver, who was a Porsche Cup driver, lost control of the car and crashed, and they both lost their lives.
Man.
This is the car that he was driving. The Porsche Carrera stop use order has left owners with an undrivable paperweight. Porsche's iconic 20-year-old V10 Screamer supercar Carrera GT has been lying dormant for nearly a year, and owners are starting to get antsy. In April of 2023, Porsche issued a recall affecting 489 examples of this 1300 that was out, built in 2004 and 2005, for potential catastrophic suspension failure. Shortly thereafter, the recall was expanded to all of the cars with a recommendation that all owners stop using them indefinitely.
Damn, son.
Now, as you sit here, we just told you that this car was involved in the death of Paul Walker and the Porsche Cup driver that was next to him. So if you're telling me
I think I see where you're going. Yeah, carry on.
If you're telling me that this thing is undrivable and not to drive it, and that all of them have potential catastrophic failure in the suspension, are they liable now?
Damn.
Is Porsche liable?
That's a good one right there.
Shout to Tone. He said too much money to have it sit. I might drive it anyway. I'm sorry. It is what it is.
I mean, you know that car's $1 million car right now.
And not
so
for
if
nothing.
If you spend that grippity grip on it, I don't know about that, kid. I might have to still spin that.
And not for nothing, the Gambella version. Oh my goodness. Because yes, they make a better version of that.
This is what I'm saying.
It's a tuned version. The Gambella. I will say this. Shout to Zoom for Zoom. He said, I never knew the guy driving with Paul Walker was a race car driver. Makes it worse. Yes.
Nah, not even a race car driver. A Porsche Cup race car driver.
Right. He was a Porsche Cup race car. So he drove specifically Porsche.
Yeah, that's it.
So that's why it really made no sense. I was like, what happened?
But now you bring it. Now this is really interesting because it's like it was a recall on a catastrophic suspension failure. That's like, whoa.
And
like, what is that?
Right.
What is that?
What is the suspension failure?
This is what I'm saying. Control arm blowing out.
And now it makes you wonder, is this how he lost? Because remember,
he lost control of it.
In Paul Walker's death, they left like a car event. And when he went to turn the corner, he lost control of the car and crashed into a the gas like the gas I want to say gas hydrant or whatever that they have out there. And when he crashed into it, the car filled up, boom, and it blew up.
I mean,
this is a guy that drove race cars.
But that's what I'm saying. I mean, obviously he might have squeezed the throttle a little bit coming off that turn, and then that was it probably.
And whatever the catastrophic failure is, might have kicked in then.
Yeah, factory. Absolutely.
Might have kicked in then. And shout to Paul Walker's daughter, because she has been headlining against that car since her father's death. She has been at Porsche's front door like this. Nah, something went wrong. Porsche been trying to sweep it under the rug, but she's not letting it go.
Nah, because they probably knew that. They probably did a lot of homework on that after that. A lot on that car after that. Like, yo, what happened?
So now to get more into it, a source who wishes to remain unnamed has confirmed that the Porsche does not currently have parts available or any ETA of repairs. So you can buy a Porsche Carrera around 1.5 mil, but you definitely can't use it. Recall campaign numbers explain the spherical joints that connect the wishbone suspension components on the front and rear axles can fail due to damage from mechanical stress and corrosion.
That kind of asks, what kind of material did they use then?
Well, I would like to believe that if you're driving something like that, it's in the garage. So I would think corrosion from like bad weather. You know what I mean?
Like you said, nobody's leaving that outside though.
Nah. Listen, when you enter the VIN number into the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration's recall lookup site, you get the following message. Urgent. Do not drive this vehicle. An urgent safety recall has been issued for this vehicle, and the manufacturer has recommended that you stop driving this vehicle immediately. Could you imagine that? Man, 9/11 all day. That is crazy.
Nah, that's ridiculous, huh?
So If any of our listeners, if you got 1.5 mil, just give it to me. We won't get it. Just give it to me. And we'll make sure that you get the right thing. But I said that to say at the end of the day, what does this say for older sports cars?
Man, I don't know. That's a good one. I mean, at that price level?
I mean, but what are we talking about? We talking about a Porsche Carrera GT that was a homologation. How you say it?
Homologation.
Homologation.
Mm-hmm.
Because they want to race it.
Yeah.
So they had to sell it to the public. That's why it wasn't many sold.
I mean, there's only 1,300 of those things made.
Right. And they only made just enough so that they could participate in the race.
Yeah, factory.
So now we talking about a car 1.5 mil, but damn near 20 years old.
And that's the craziest part. That it could be of that age, right? Which is still not crazy, old or whatever, but it has a wild recall. I think that's the interesting part.
Because they didn't even think that far. Porsche's not known for doing stuff like
that. This is what I'm saying.
Porsche's not known for having these kind of recalls.
And only putting out a few of them. It's not like you said, it's not even 1,500 of these cars made.
Not even 1,500. They crossed the number and said, all right, that's it. Has a V10 in it. I don't remember. I don't remember Porsche. Do they have another V10?
Nah, not for the road. Not for the road. Definitely not for racing either.
So now, I tell you what, shout to Tone. He said, how you spell that?
Tone is still it. That's a fact.
I can read it. I can't spell it. No, I'm messing around. But the thing is, homologation. Homologate. I'm messing the word. Oh, shout to the dunce cat. Sorry, y'all. That pretty much is they make a certain amount of cars so that they can race that model car.
Yeah, they can participate. Absolutely.
So they can participate. So
absolutely.
They do have some, mainly your favorite, I believe, the MK what?
Oh, MK3.
Actually
absolutely. That was a Turbo A.
That's
the one you want.
Turbo A.
But you know what's crazy? Like you said, what does that mean for sports cars? 20 years or whatever, 25. I don't know. So that raises a good question though.
Shout to SP. Getting at us a little bit. He said, I was with y'all when you said there was a defect, but a car with low production numbers from Porsche. You don't think Porsche put their best into it? Come on now.
See,
I got it. But wait a minute.
All right, go.
What I mean is not that they didn't put their best into the car, because they did. They put an engine that nobody get their hands on.
Okay.
But they did not test that car because it wasn't for that.
No, it wasn't exactly.
It wasn't for that. Nobody's probably supposed to be driving these things at this way 20 years later. They didn't think that, you know what? This is going to be for people who are super rich, who are never going to push this car to the limit.
Probably, huh? I wouldn't be surprised.
And now you have people dying from it. So that's crazy. Shout to Miller Time NYC.
Let's go, Miller Time.
In the building, my guy. Let's go.
Yeah, you know what's so interesting though, right?
What's that?
I don't know if you know or if y'all out there ever heard of Doug DeMuro, right?
Uh-huh.
He has one, right? Guess what he did though?
What'd he do?
He revised the whole suspension. He changed the entire suspension setup on the car.
How much did that?
50 grand.
That's it? So wait, 1.5 mil for the car, 50 grand to fix it, and I'm not supposed to drive it? Sorry.
Like 50 grand.
Me, I drive that one. If it's only 50 grand, we're talking coilover suspension, new spherical bushings. That's not let's go.
Yo, he said 50 grand or the suspension is light.
If I got 1.5 mil, 50 bands is light.
It should be. Theoretically, it should be.
Listen, don't forget to tune into our YouTube page, so 50,000 will be light.
That's a fact, right? That's it. Because I'm trying to get one. We try to get one for the show and spin them and not crash. That's
it, because I'm not understanding how cats is doing that. But at the same time, don't forget, you know where to find us. For those that don't know where to find us, we're going to make sure we put it up here. So YouTube at Gutterball Rally. Don't forget, if you can, drop a subscribe, please. It will help us out. Follow us on Instagram. It'll help us out. At the end of the day, we just trying to get ahead. Let them know it's two guys out here, letting people know what it is as far as what's going on with these autos. We appreciate everybody who's tuned in. And I'm gonna tell you right now, man, if I don't know who's his people's work, who did that work? He did it?
Nah, heck no.
He paid.
Yeah.
I mean, I would pay too.
Yeah.
But that's actually interesting.
Yeah,
for a $1.5 million car, I would buy it. Because the value is only going to go up. This is the Note 7.
Stupid, son. Man.
Oh, it blows up. I'm keeping it. Listen, I'm telling you, it can happen. He got off cheap. That's what I'm saying. He keeps his life, and the suspension is good.
Here's the thing, though. That car, right? I think it's not that they didn't put their best foot forward. I think they did.
Yes.
But it's just like when Lamborghini, when they had the recall for the engine cover flying off.
Come on.
It's like 5 of those cars made. These cars are not made in big production numbers. And stuff just happens. Even when Ferrari had the recall for the brake cap. A brake cap.
For the brake cap coming on.
On the master cylinder, you serious?
Yes.
You lose brake pressure? They was doing your whole brake system over when that happened.
I mean, and they coming through with the carbon ceramic.
But I say all to say this, like this stuff happens even with these crazy cars.
You know what though? And that's the thing. It's like think about it for a minute. We're gonna stop the music just for a minute. I mean, what would the death numbers be? Serious.
Low. They're gonna be low, extremely low.
It just so happens that one of those things killed a car enthusiast / actor.
Factory. And then it killed the race car driver.
And it killed so it's like, damn.
Yeah.
If it's so now that they put a stop order on it, and now the fact that they say they won't even register it now, that means you can't register it.
That means whatever goes wrong with that suspension, bro, is detrimental, bro. Like you probably gonna peel out after this.
I mean, you figure if a bushing or spherical bushing comes out from under the car, you're losing your wheel.
Or let's say the welds, or if it's even a weld on a control arms and those joints break, it's over. 60 miles an hour, that's game time.
That's game time.
Everything is messed up at that point.
But I want to say,
or a ball joint comes off, or the hub disconnects.
But who's to say we can't take the V10 out and put it somewhere else? That's what I would do.
Yo, here's the thing. I'm not gonna front. See, I'm a firm believer that V10 and that car is probably ridiculous combination. How could you get better than that? What would you possibly put that in?
A Carrera GT. I would put it in the Cayman.
It can't work.
Who knows?
I don't know.
You got a lot of money, a lot of things work.
Yeah, but now you throwing off the balance. You throwing off a whole bunch of things now.
When you swap an engine, do you care?
Drop the clutch, hit the gas. Rally Radio, where the fast life meets the fast lane.